So before we get into the video, I want to say thank you for everyone who showed support in the recent videos and stuck with TFNL for the last few months and even few years, be that old subscribers or relatively new subscribers. The fact that people take time out of their day to actually watch the videos and listen to me waffle for multiple minutes really means a lot to me, so I just want to say thank you for doing so, and I do really appreciate it. And in addition to that, the last video surpassed the 100 like goal quite comfortably and quite quickly. Therefore, it kind of shows there is a bit of demand and desire for those kind of videos, so I'll put one of those out in the next few weeks. And the final thing I want to say is I'm going to run a Q&A in one of the upcoming videos. Either drop me a message on Instagram, drop a comment down below, contact me however you see fit, through email, whatever, and let me know any questions you may have. It doesn't have to be fitness related, it could be literally anything, and I'll try and include as many as I can in the Q&A. And now we crack on with the video. So this video applies to all industries, but we're isolating the fitness industry in this case because this channel is primarily a fitness channel. And if you're watching this video, you're probably into fitness yourself, because I think it's unlikely that people are watching me purely for the entertainment factor, because I'm nowhere near as funny as I like to think I am. I mean, I crack out the hats, but I'm not wearing them for you, I'm wearing them for me. They make me feel like I'm doing something with my life. The thing about the fitness industry is it's become so normal to essentially base your opinion on someone purely on how they look. So we're always told as we grow up, never judge a book by its cover, but the fitness industry kind of thrives on judging a book by its cover. When you look at getting a program from someone, I think the first thing most people will look at is how they look. Do they look how you would desire to look? Does their physique appeal to you? These are all factors that we're probably subconsciously considering before actually pushing towards what's their knowledge base like? What are they like as people? Do they actually know how to structure a program in an easy to understand manner? Things that kind of get pushed to one side because the primary focus is image. As many of you probably know, I'm doing a master's in psychology, and my dissertation is focusing on how exposure to fitness imagery can impact our self-perception, i.e. our body esteem, self-esteem, etc. So that kind of got me thinking, as I'm going through the write-up phase at the moment, just thinking about how this industry is thriving off perceptions of other people, which then directly impacts our self-perceptions. It's quite easy for people to look at a fitness influencer and think they've got it all. Millions of followers, they've got a nice house, they've got a nice car, probably got a nice family too. They're doing well with their life. They get to go to the gym for a living. They get to produce programs. They get to help people. I mean, what's not to love about that? But then people often overlook that how they look is probably their primary selling point. If they turn around and say, look, I just need a few weeks off gym, that change in their physique, although minor, is probably going to be noticeable. And then people are going to feel entitled to comment, you've lost weight. You look a bit smaller, are you still going to gym? Which then puts them under a lot of pressure to maintain the physique they currently have, or to improve on the physique they currently have. And actually in some cases they can't improve on the physique they currently have because their audience likes how they look now and wouldn't like them to get any bigger, any more muscular, any leaner perhaps. And one must consider what impact that might have on their mental health, which is something I often talk about on the channel, although I haven't done so for a while. When you're under that constant pressure of how you look is going to impact how you perform from a business standpoint, that's going to chip away at you. What you used to love to do, such as training, may not really become a passion anymore. It may actually begin to become a bit of a chore and potentially a hindrance too, which is something nobody wants. And because mental health is still heavily stigmatized in the world, not just the fitness industry, but every industry, when influencers may be struggling, it's very hard for them to turn around and say to their audience, I don't want to do this right now. I need to take some time for myself. Especially when you're building a business in the fitness industry, you can't really say, I need to take 2 weeks off work for stress, because that 2 weeks off work is probably going to directly impact how well your business performs in that 2 weeks, and likely some of the weeks afterwards. Which is why I think that normalizing taking personal time, normalizing mental health, and normalizing crying is something that really needs to be considered. I mean, we all struggle at times in life, and it can be such a weight off your shoulders if you can turn around to whoever's close to you, whoever's following your journey, or whoever may be involved in your business, be that a shareholder, a stakeholder, a consumer, whatever it may be, and just turn around and say, you know what, I'm having a bit of a bad time. Because failure to do so kind of allows things to build and build and build, and like putting some Mentos in a bottle of Coke, eventually it's all going to spill over the edge. And that's going to be far more damaging to not only your business, but all aspects of your life, than just taking a step back and say, you know what, I need some time to breathe. Unfortunately, this industry is full of labels. You look at anybody in the fitness industry and oftentimes they get labelled skinny, fat, meathead, etc, etc. Like the list goes on. And eventually, after enough time, that label kind of becomes a characteristic you begin to adopt. I know of influencers through friends who are struggling far more mentally than anybody would ever know. They've got great sponsors, a huge following, a great business, a great physique, and on paper you'd be like, you're ticking all the boxes. And I know for a fact that their mental health struggles massively because, as we've said many times before in videos, social media is a highlight reel. Part of their life is ensuring that their audience sees how much of a highlight reel their life can be. And I think we need to start normalizing that failing is okay. I mean, we all fail, it's kind of part of life. I've failed plenty throughout my life. I mean, I've got 3 GCSEs. But I have a Bachelor's of Arts in Business Management and I'm now doing a Master's of Science in Psychology. One more degree and I'll have as many degrees as I have GCSEs. I've got no A-levels, I've got a BTEC in Business. I failed massively at school and it's probably one of the things I'm most ashamed of because it's embarrassing. Year 11, everyone says, oh, how do you do in your GCSEs? And you turn around and be like, yeah, I failed 7 out of 10 of them. I'm now labelled as stupid and intellectually inferior. And that label sticks to you, that becomes a characteristic you begin to adopt because you start questioning, God, maybe I am stupid. Granted, for example, in my case, that becomes a bit of a motivation to actually do better and redeem yourself. I failed at school due to laziness primarily. Therefore, I'm going to do better and do something that everyone told me I couldn't do. And I think normalizing failures is something that a lot of people could benefit from, which kind of leads to the normalizing of being human. Acknowledging your failures, acknowledging your struggles. If a well-known influencer turns around to their audience and says, no, I'm struggling a lot mentally, which a lot of people would perceive as failure, unfortunately, i.e. open up to your audience saying the reality I live isn't quite as glamorous as the life you see on social media. I feel like the fitness industry would be a far less toxic, in some cases, place, and a far more uplifting and supportive place if people normalize the fact that we're all human, normalize the fact that personal struggles are okay, they are normal. Mental health struggles are okay, they are normal. Failing is okay, it is normal. As I've said, this applies to every industry. I'm just choosing to isolate the fitness industry because it's the industry I operate in, being TFNL. It's also the industry that you are likely involved in yourself if you're watching this. But this is more a video just for me waffling my opinion and my thoughts as to why I think the industry needs to change. So I think there needs to be a big shift regarding expectations and labels placed on people within the industry, alongside normalizing being human. If you made it this far in the video, I appreciate you for doing so. I apologize that you've just listened to me waffling without any real direction, but this is something I felt like kind of needed to be said and something I wanted to say. But normal viewing will resume next week. If you wouldn't mind, like the video, share the video, subscribe to the channel, leave a comment. Any of those really help me out and I really appreciate it. And thank you for tolerating the video.
Hello. Time to clutch up.
Oh my god, is that a Kimbo?
Yeah. Oh my god.
I got movement.